Hey, today we will talk about the bystander effect. It's a theory that states that individuals are less likely to offer help to a victim in presence of other people. Initially, I learned about the bystander effect after watching an episode of Law and Order. There was this case where someone would get attacked and nobody in the building would call the police. Later, I learned it was basically a story based on Catherine Genevieve's murder. Catherine was a 28-year-old bar manager working home after a double shift on March 13, 1964, when she was stabbed and murdered near her apartment. There were approximately 38 witnesses who did nothing. The story got a lot of media attention, and the bystander effect was introduced in 1968 by John Daly and Bibb Latané. Their experiment setup was like this. You have 3 rooms. In the first room is the experiment subject alone. In the second room, there are 3 subjects. And in the third room, there are 1 subject and 2 actors. So they are filling some tests when smoke begins to fill the room. The test results are like this. 75% report the smoke when they are alone. And 38% report it when there are 2 or more people. And only 10% when actors play a part. So why does this bystander effect happen? According to psychology, there are 2 group dynamics at work. First, we have diffusion of responsibility. The responsibility act is thought to be shared among all of those present. Simply put, it's easy to assume that someone else will step up and do something, so we don't do anything ourselves. The second reason is social referencing. We have this need to behave correctly and socially. So when others fail to react, we often take this as a signal that a response is not needed or not appropriate. But going back to Catherine's murder, it's also important to note one more thing: ambiguity. Many witnesses actually thought it was couple fighting and not a murder. So when we are not sure what's happening or not sure if someone really needs help, we tend to do nothing. There was even a witness who actually called a friend first to ask what they should do before calling the cops because they weren't sure what was going on. It's also important to note that follow-up research and trial information has shown that the initial reported story wasn't accurate. There were people from the building who intervened, and the attacker had to stop because of it. Because the attack happened at 2 separate spots, no one saw the whole attack. Also, because Catherine's lungs punctured by the first attack, it's unlikely she would have been able to scream. There are also few calls to the police, unlike what the media and some psychology textbooks want us to believe.